Can you believe that this life-changing album is turning 2 years old now? Let's review it. I like to imagine Super Real Me as a story, and not just singular tracks. You can call it pretty much very typical, very simple, lacking any true interesting bits. However, this story, though not as complex, still tells us about something very light like a feather, filled to the brim with affection, crushes, love, and so much more than that. With just 4 tracks, ILLIT tells us a story with a start and a possible finish, which makes this debut album one of the best we saw in 2024. But the competition was very high, so it wasn't easy to earn that title. I'll give my personal opinion in the end, but without further ado, let's discuss the story in Super Real Me. My World is an intro song, which is very unusual for ILLIT if you look at it now. It talks about everything probably. How opening up to someone can be so weird, and this love narrative is what drives Super Real Me's story forward. They get to know each other saying,
"This is my world. It's a bit strange, isn't it?"
but expressing desire to show that it's really who they are, and if you don't like them, you can leave this talking stage while you can.
I cry cause no one in your 4-panel life is as crazy as me. I laugh at the taste of pepperoni topped pizza. Every moment is my immersion. Why is it strange? This is me. Let me show you my world.
ILLIT expresses how the life of their lover is extremely simple and boring. Most of the time, 4 panels refer to comics where all of the actions happen in 4 scenes. Not more, not less. And ILLIT are literally one of the craziest people in their social circle. And more lines show how ILLIT are very different from other people. For example, they literally immerse in the moments, to the point where some even call them crazy, but so what? It's what ILLIT truly is. I explored this narrative before in the Not Me video, check it out by the way. But the concept is ILLIT are just brushing those who don't understand them off and move on. If you can relate to this song, I wanna be friends. However, the hit track Magnetic is pretty much the love song of 2024. It earned more than 10 wins on various music shows, even winning New Artist on Japan Record Awards, and so much more. Magnetic took the K-pop scene by storm, and rightfully so. Our girls are so talented and deserve so much more. In the love storyline, however, the talking stage becomes something more than mutual interest. It's actually a crush. ILLIT become borderline obsessed with their lover in those lyrics. Everything about you sticks to my heart, boy. And the more they talk, the more they get to know each other. Everything about them sits in the ILLIT's brain, taking up too much space. We even learn that the crush is very different compared to ILLIT. However, just like magnets, they continue to attract each other. Their crush, however, is kinda hesitant, but ILLIT girls even decide to make a move with lyrics like,
"I'll make it a green light. Girls gotta have guts. So let's go.
If you like someone just enough to want a relationship, I think you've experienced the uncertainty of always having second thoughts about everything before they make a move. ILLIT want to be together, they admit almost at the start of the song, so they'd rather just follow their heart and put it all out to finally get this off their chest, and know certainly, that is why they have the guts to do so. Literally 0 regrets. ILLIT go all in and hope for the best. But is it worth the risk? We continue the story with Midnight Fiction, which in our title line takes place right after their confession. Doesn't matter if it was via text or messages, we come to a realization that ILLIT want to get distracted enough to forget that they did something very risky today. Isn't it so familiar too? Anyway, after an emotionally exhausting day, ILLIT finally came home and took a deep breath. Right now, full of adrenaline, they want to know if they succeeded, and sleeping now would be such a waste. But they fall asleep anyway and enter something like a flow state and start writing a story where they are the protagonist and the author of it. Whether it's a romantic comedy or a tragedy, it doesn't matter. It expands until they want it to stop. And this is the teenage dream. California girls were unforgettable. will never end. Midnight fiction. They imagine so much more than just how they get together with their crush. ILLIT imagine apocalypses, dogs, and it feels like they were watching a movie once the credits roll. They invite their crush to join them in their world full of dreams and hopes. Though it's all fiction, ILLIT never says they didn't make it a reality. But they never said they did. The credits roll and ILLIT wake up to start a new day. Finally, is the end near? The music, the weather, everything is perfect. One thing is uncertain. Is their love life okay? ILLIT are extremely positive about this whole situation they're stuck in. They don't need a golden ticket or a yes from someone to feel confident. All they need is to believe in themselves. ILLIT hope all of their dreams come true, and in our case, they wish to get a yes. Remember the line in Magnetic about green lights? ILLIT not only make a green light with their crush, but they also are incredibly lucky to get a green light as soon as they reach a crossroad. The luckiness in this song is about noticing small, happy moments like a pretty breakfast, some delicious chocolate, meeting nice with the ones you truly care about, etc. ILLIT encourage their crush to see the reason for all of the happiness and love they give. It's because they are together in this moment. It's so much more special than any other, literally. And that's why ILLIT are so lucky. They appreciate small moments, the uncertainty and awkwardness of the relationship they have. In conclusion, ILLIT's Super Real Me doesn't have an actual ending, and that's the beauty of it. The songs are well produced, fun, but short, perfect for modern listeners. Anyhow, happy 2 years of Super Real Me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! So be